the truth.
Right, so as Eddie was just talking about, you become the first player to get a triple-double against every opponent. Does that mean anything in particular to you or symbolize something throughout your career?
I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it, to be honest. I've had some great teammates and great coaches that put me in position to be able to facilitate. My teammates have made shots for me throughout my career. Coaches have put me in position to be successful scoring the ball, and I've just tried to, read and react the ball off the rim as far as getting the rebounds, and hopefully throughout all those triple doubles, I hope I got a winning record in those games because that's what's most important. So I really don't know what to really think about it. I think it's a pretty cool stat to know. It's a pretty cool stat, and I'm glad it happened in the win.
Most of your numbers are in line with previous averages. The one that's jumped up is the assists, up about 2 from typical. You're leading the NBA by 2. How much of that has been the orchestration of what the offense is and just what your focus and idea was heading into the season?
Well, Coach Vogel and the coaching staff and then my teammates have put a lot of trust in me handling the ball this year. Starting me at the point guard and until tonight, I had 7 turnovers, which I can't stand, and I'll get better with that. But for the most part, throughout the season, I've been, playing, taking care of the ball, and my teammates have allowed me to, run the show, and it's been pretty cool to be able to, I've always been a, facilitator. That's always been my number one thing with my game, but being able to handle the ball more. Just come from the trust of my coaching staff and my teammates.
Defense has certainly been there for AD all season. Tonight got into that nice offensive flow. Did you see anything particular there?
Yeah, well, that's what we've been talking about the last couple of days. We know how great AD is as far as defensively. I mean, he's right there right now. It's probably the defensive player of the year if you just look at the numbers and what we've been able to do. But offensively too, he's damn good as well. And we wanted to get him into a rhythm tonight. He got his 3-ball going. And he got some catch and drives when they closed out on him. Got some dunks. He was great mid range. He had it all going.
Jason came pretty close to doing what you did. He ended up with 28 teams that he had the triple double against. One, have you had a chance to talk to him about tonight about doing this? And 2, any parts of his game that you watched growing up and thought about the way he attacked it with a multi-versatile?
No, I have not got an opportunity to talk to him about it. He came in and said congratulations after the game. Well, he said I was pretty bad tonight at first because of my 7 turnovers, and I agreed. He's the first person to come critique me after the game, which I love. And then he said congratulations with the feat that I was able to do. And absolutely, just seeing, the tall point guard, the guy who was taller, and being able to push the tempo and speed up and down the court and get down the floor, being able to rebound at the point guard position, being able to get guys involved. And obviously J. Kidd was number one when it comes to all he cared about was seeing his teammates be successful with the pass. And I definitely took something from that.
LeBron, how aware were you before this that Oklahoma City was the last team left for you?
I had no idea.
You didn't.
No, Coach Vogel came in here and said congratulations, and I was like, oh, well, I thought he was joking about my 7 turnovers because I've been taking care of the ball so much. And then he said, first player in NBA history to have a triple double versus 30 teams or every team, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
LeBron, did you get to check in with Melo at all after he played? Or?
No, because their game was still kind of going on once we started preparing for our game. I have not talked to him yet, but I plan to.
You've always been a really dangerous transition player, and obviously you guys were able to do that tonight. What's sort of the key in getting that to be a more consistent part of the way you guys attack?
Stops. When you get stops, when you force turnovers, you're able to play the numbers game. And, for us, when we get out and we're running, that means we're getting stops, and that works well for our transition game.
Late in that first, second quarter, you took the ball out to Rondo. You guys came out on the break. Were you aware that he was there? Were you guys pretty much trying to set up for the lob down?
For the lob?
Yeah.
The only thing that I knew for sure is that the clock was running down.
Okay.
and Schroeder he shot a jumper and it was short, and it was a foot race between me and someone else. I forgot. I think it was either Ferguson or somebody, and I just tried to beat him to the ball. And once I was able to beat him to the ball, I kicked it up the Doe. And I mean, listen, me and Doe, when it comes to IQ and being cerebral on the floor, we don't even need to say anything to each other. And Doe just threw it up there, and I used my abilities at 34, almost 35,
All right.
to go get it.
When is 35 coming?
Huh?
When you turn 35, man?
What's today? November what?
19.
So about a month and 10 days.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I'll be 35. Yeah, I feel great. All right, appreciate it.
Anthony, I heard you tell Mike there walking off the floor that you guys could have been better. Mike Trudell, you guys could have been better defensively. What can be said about this ball club in terms of the way in which you guys are able to win games?
Just keep battling. I feel like I said we can be better defensively. We kind of took a hit when Avery went down, and we're kind of trying to find a new identity on defense, without our key defensive guy out there. But we've still been able to win games. We had a couple defensive, 80 what? We had a couple missed assignments tonight, a couple goaltends, but we're still finding ways to win and get stops when it matters the most.
You mentioned this morning when it comes to your offense, you like to find it within the flow. How much of concerted effort was there on the defensive end, though, to get you guys going as you had those steals early, too?
Yeah, we got out, and played fast, got some stops in the beginning of the game. And kind of got me some easy looks. Got to see the ball go in, and we're just trying to figure out different ways to score the basketball, make it easier on all of us, and it's easier to do that when we get stops.
What was Schroeder talking about when he came up to you?
Nothing. Nothing. Basketball talk. It was nothing.
AD, you guys haven't always led in pace in the league, but what do you think you showed tonight about the capability you guys have when your transition offense is going?
Yeah, when we play fast, we're a tough team to beat. We're able to score a lot of points. But obviously we can't do that if we don't get stops. So we try to harp on defense, get stops and run. And for a team like that who like to slow, like a slow-paced game, keep the game kind of low and scoring. We get out and run. We play our style of pace, our style of game, and it's tougher for them. So when we get out and run, we're clicking on all cylinders, and we got to be able to do that more.
Did you know that LeBron's the first player in NBA history to have triple doubles against every team?
Just found that out. Amazing. To be able to do that to every team is something special. Figured he'd get even playing for a long time, so. It was a matter of time before it happened, but just a tribute to all his hard work. He put in, a lot of work on the floor, off the floor, with his game, to take care of his body and to be able to do that, against every team in the league, and to be successful, like he is. One, it just says, how good of a player he is, but also how you get his teammates involved, and it's a huge honor to be able to be a part of something like that. To be on this team and be a part of four triple doubles. So I think it's probably maybe 4 or 5. So it's a huge honor for him.
Hey, Frank, in the walk-off interview, AD said he felt like the defense just wasn't really there tonight, and they've kind of managed to win anyway. What was your perspective on the evening?
I would agree with him. Not our best defensive performance, but we hung in there. We did enough to get to W, but, like we've been saying all along this part of the season that, our foundation is laid, but we're far from a finished product. And, we're going to have nights where, some things look good and some things don't look so good. And, we're capable of being better on that end of the floor for sure.
How's Kuz doing with the eye?
Kuz is okay. He's got an eye abrasion. He was available. The medical team said if we really needed him, we could put him back in. I used my better judgment. It didn't look good. And, I just felt like unless we absolutely needed him, let's let the other guys handle the rest of the game.
Frank, 30 transition points, a lot of those in the first half. What do you think really gave you those opportunities, and what did that do for your offense getting out to that kind of start in the fast break?
Yeah, well, it was a point of emphasis. Anytime you're playing against a team on the second night of a back-to-back, you want to push, you want to be in attack mode, explore potential fatigue by your opponent. But, that's how we want to play every night. And the last two games, the Atlanta game and this game, we had some exceptional sequences on the defensive end where we either got a deflection, a block shot, or just great defensive rebounding that allowed us to, get a live rebound or a live ball running. And, you see what we look like when LeBron has the ball in his hands and he's going, full speed like a freight train, and shooters running with him and lob threats running with him. We can be really potent. So, I was a big part of the win tonight.
You said last game that this might be the best you've seen him, LeBron. How long can he keep this up, this particular level?
Who knows? We'll continue to watch it and see. Hopefully for a long, long time for Lakers fans. And he's just playing terrific basketball. There's no other way to put it. And for him to be doing what he's doing in his 17th year is just nothing short of remarkable. And there's no reason to believe that he can't sustain that the rest of the season and help us make a real strong playoff push.
Frank, I think Rondo had a season high at 10 assists. When he's out there quarterback in the offense like that, you guys are fast breaking, settling things down. How much more does that help everyone, and especially LeBron James, not have to handle the ball so much?
Yeah, well, it helps to just to be able to defer some. We obviously still want the ball in LeBron's hands as much as possible, but when he runs the second unit, when LeBron is out, and even with the two of them playing really well together, I think that's when we're going to be at our best. And Rondo had 10 assists, but Rajon's statistics are not measured on a stat sheet. It's measured in swag. He just gives us some confidence and an air about us that, we know we're going into a battle with, just a heck of a basketball player, and he just helps our swag.
Frank, to move away from swag and get back to cold hard stats. LeBron got a
They should put swag on the stat sheet. Certain guys.
Triple double for LeBron tonight, and he becomes the first player in league history to collect the triple double against all 30 teams. I just wanted you could reflect on that achievement.
That's unbelievable. He'll say it's because he's been in the league so long, but we all know that it's because he's remarkable. And for him to be doing it as long as he's been doing it, that's how you knock out all 30 teams with a stat like that. I don't know if that'll ever get accomplished again.
Just adding on to that question about the triple doubles, what does it just say about LeBron's versatility, and then also just as somebody who's had to game plan against him, how difficult it can be knowing he can have that type of impact against everyone?
Well, he literally can hurt you in every way imaginable. So it's not like when I was playing against him, it was all about making beat you over top, and teams still play him that way, but he's the best deep shooter on our team. So if teams are gonna try to keep him out of the paint and make him beat them over the top, he's doing that. You know what I mean? So I think he's at his best right now. And, it's exciting for Lakers fans and what we can be this year.
Frank, you said yesterday that you were looking for different opportunities to give AD the ball and get him going on offense. How much of his performance tonight was a little bit by design, and how much was it just him making the best of some situations?
I think it's all him. He just had a look in his eye, to start the game today that, he was going to have a great performance. And you saw it. He actually saw it in this morning in shoot around. He felt like he was locked in, like he's good, and that I just had a feeling that without me trying to recreate the wheel, that he was going to have a strong night.